good, Joe? What's good, Joe? Today I want to talk to you guys. It's your boy, SZMOVY. Today I want to talk about something that's just been on my mind. I'm just coming forward. Nothing special this day, just me just coming forward. And I want to talk about something that I've been kind of thinking about these last couple of days, and just in general, because as souls who have remembered who they are, you begin to realize how connected you are to this realm. You begin to realize how connected you are into the universe and the multiverse. And from there, you begin to pick up on auras. You experience what I call an auric bleed, which means how other people's auras bleed into your field and you start to feel what they're going through and processing. Um, and then I want to talk about how comparison is the killer of all joy. Comparison is the destroyer of all joy. How comparing yourself to others really is, to me, the quickest way to just fall into self sabotage, to fall into self doubt, and to fall into just going from a personal journey, which your journey is a personal journey, it's a unique journey, into just extreme emptiness. And just like, I would say confusion as well. So I just coming here just to remind you that you're unique, that you're peculiar, that you are here for much more than what the eye can conceive and even think and even show. And I just want to remind you that you have a unique path. You have a unique journey. Your journey is not ordinary, and you're the unorthodox person. So if you don't have the type of money right now, it's okay. If you don't have the ideal spouse, but you're seeking one, it's okay. If you don't have certain material items or like certain experiences yet, it's okay. I found myself this past couple weeks, after just getting some things knocked out, coming back from the gym. I caught myself because a lot of times we can, hustle, like knocking this out, hitting the gym, knocking out this, knocking out that. You're going throughout your day, whether you're going to school, if you're in school, whether you're going to work, and you're hustling. You're going through it, and then you see something, and then you're like, why don't I have that? Or why not now? But then you got to ask yourself, what am I going through right now that's preparing me for that? What am I going through right now that's protecting me from that? And a lot of times I realize is like, man, like you're in an answered prayer, but constantly competing. I mean, not competing, but constantly comparing yourself, to me, is taking life for granted, because you're now subjugating what is already the beauty in your life for something that's not quote unquote here yet. And when I tell you guys all the time that this is a quantum world, this is a quantum reality, this reality is tied in with the Akashic realm, whatever you think about automatically is manifested instantaneously. However, there's a delay before it comes into the physical realm. So just always remember, when you find yourself comparing your life, what is it that that person may have, or may you think that they have, make you feel as though you're not worthy of just life? Because especially if it's a material item, this hit me like a brick wall. Throughout this week, this phrase kept coming into my mind. And the phrase was, life does not start here and life does not end here. Meaning, if you think that your soul and this incarnation is the only life, you miss the entire point. The reason why I bring that up is because a lot of times we get so tied in with this one life that we forget that we're an infinite soul, that we forget that we are consciousness, that we forget that we are one with source. All mind is mental. You are the universe. So when I kept hearing that phrase, I was like, okay. So then I started having that dialogue with my higher self. And then that's what my higher self literally told me. My higher self said, or some people call it the monad, said that you have to remember, like, stop being so, like, it checked me. I was like, yo, like, chill out, bro. Like, whatever you're seeking, um, whatever you deem as is yours, it's coming. But even in that, learn to be complete as is. Learn to have, what's it called? Not contentment. Um, yeah, learn to be content with what you have. And that goes not just for like material things, but just in life general. Like, learn to feel loved where you're at. Learn to feel whole where you're at. Learn to feel just peace where you're at. And when you're dealing with these frustrations, learn how to deal with them in a very controlled and proper manner. Is it okay to make outbursts? But if you do, do it in a private place. Like I take a lot of time. Like, there's nothing wrong every once in a while screaming in your pillow, letting out, expressing yourself. Now, when you goes down to you hurting people, putting hands, that's where it becomes problematic. But if you're defending yourself, it's a whole different story. But to get back on course, right? Life does not start or end here. It made me realize, like, dang, man, like, why am I tripping on this one life when I'm just a speck in the entire universe? And for some people who think, well, this is the only life, we'll explain the astral realm. Explain when we all go to bed and we dream. Explain astral projection. I've been astral projecting since I was, so I did it unconsciously when I was like a child, like when I was like, 12, 11, 10. But consciously, like, doing it, like, I began also projecting in 2017, and then that thus proved to me that, like, there's so much more than this physical realm. So that's just for those who think like, yeah, this is only life. Like, no, so um now from that, tying it back into, you know comparison is the killer of all joy. I say that because I've experienced and I've realized how this realm specifically, when it comes into non-spiritual entities, they bank and they love it when you compare your life. They love it when you um, remain in that frequency because they feed off of it. I mentioned it loosh. There's different forms of loosh, but I also consider that loosh. So you're right where you need to be. You're right where you need to be. Because if you weren't, then you'd be in a different space, in a different place. But think about that phrase I told you. You feel me? Because it hit me hard. I was like, dang, okay. Because we all have aspirations. We all have things that we want. We all have experiences that we seek and that we quote unquote want. But always remain and always tell yourself, hey, is there anything wrong right now? A lot of times there probably is. But at the same time, don't you find it funny how there's always something to pick you back up? There's always something to keep you centered. There's always something to keep you down. And if there's not, I feel for you. And at the same time, I want you to know to embrace what good there is in your life right now. So this one ain't gonna be too long. I just want to constantly remind you because a lot of times people feel as though, man, if only I had more money, or man, if only I had this, or man, if only I had that. Always ask yourself though, is what I have now bad? Is where I'm at right now bad? And then when you kind of check yourself, like, you're like, what am I tripping about? You know what I mean? So you're right where you need to be. And always remember that, like, this experience is a very brief experience. Like sometimes we like laugh and joke, but life is short. But I changed the phrase. I say life is eternity. Are you ready? Meaning, there's so much more to look forward to. There's so much more. This is just a chapter of infinite lives. And science came out, the quantum realm, the quantum theory, how this is a timeline and there's multiple timelines happening right now. So it's like, take that into consideration, you know? So I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me and a little different vid today, you know, but I like having these type of vids, you know. I love my like lecture type vids. I love when I'm like breaking down notes for you guys, but I know these types of videos are needed because I know sometimes this human experience can kind of grow on people in a very parasitical way. And I even experience strange things, you know. So and like right, so like even you can have money, but you're not exempt from dealing with like with circumstances just happening in your life. You know, like um, finances don't exempt you from dealing with somebody transitioning in your life, from somebody you know, and you're dealing with that, especially if you felt connected to that person. You know, finances doesn't exempt you from you know something just happening in your life that has nothing to do with finances. So it's just like always remember like I know this human experience can kind of like get to you and just always know that this is your unique journey. This is the as much as you want to accept it or not, you accepted manifesting back and experiencing this experience. So as you're in this experience, you're here to learn and have fun. Have fun. So it's been your boy SZMOVY. More content, and it's love on this side. And comparison is the destructive. Is the destruction of all joy, and it will literally make your life miserable. Cause I see it everywhere. I've dealt with people who have all that you could ask for in the as we say material realm but are empty, but then somebody who doesn't have as much might think they have it well off but they're missing something, or vice versa. There could be someone with less, with quote unquote less, but they're full of joy. So it's like always, that's why I say like the eyes can deceive you. You know, this world can deceive you. Now I'm not saying, oh, be in poverty, just go out and be in the streets. I'm not saying that. And if you're in that situation, this isn't me trying to diss anybody or make fun of anybody. You feel me? But because I want everybody to prosper. I want everybody to experience what they determine is for them to have. Because as I take out all the time, the subconscious mind doesn't determine morality, it determines what you perceive and see yourself to be as such. So, with that being said, as you're on this journey and you start looking at others, always see them as a reflection, but then from there, enjoy your journey. Be the star in your movie. That's why, if you guys see my old vids, been even out, that's why I say, what's good, y'all, what's good, y'all, what's good, y'all. It's your boy SZMOVY, my life say movie. Because I want you to also be the star of your movie. I want you to always be, think of the Truman Show. You feel me? Like I can go on for days. So, life does not start here and life does not end here. There's so much more. There's so much more. This and I just heard somebody. Oh, so does that mean I should just, just fuck it up? No. See, now you just, I say that to say, while you're here, always know and always remember that you are the alchemist of your life. And being the alchemist of your mind, always know that this is your unique journey. And you are the co-creator of your life. So while you're going through this journey, have grace, embrace it. Don't look at somebody and get angry and get frustrated, because then it's like, okay, do that, right? Now what? You're just gonna be angry all the time? You're gonna compare your life all the time, like, and just be upset all the time? What good is that? At that point, you're taking yourself for granted because you're missing all the signs. You're missing everything is just passing you by, and you're just in, So I ain't gonna stay there, but hey, it's been your boy. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the new subscribers that are coming in, and I'm excited to see where we're gonna be in the next couple months. And I have some really beautiful things in store, and I know I have such a huge contribution to add, like stuff like this, like being able to connect with people worldwide through a freaking phone. It's insane. And then just sharing our experiences and like seeing similarities, seeing differences, but it's like from there, it's like this to me just brings like, and this is how I know this is my purpose, because even if I wasn't being paid, even if YouTube didn't have like AdSense and YouTube creator program, I would still make videos because I love just talking to people and I love connecting and I love just having reflections. So it's all love. I appreciate every single one of you. Like I said, comparison is the destroyer of all joy. Like I said, if you want to have a crappy day, just keep comparing your life and just seeing the bad, and you're not gonna want to stay there. At some point, you're gonna be like, ah, man, like what am I doing? So I love y'all. Keep your head up, and remember to walk in your authenticity, and remember to speak your story. They say all the time, I know like my mother's generation, which is the boomers, or the generation, not this, but the one before us, OG would tell me, do not pass on with your song inside of you, meaning do not let others tell your story. Speak your story. And even if it's not on YouTube or nothing like that, speak for yourself. Have your own stance on what you see and perceive. So it's been your boy SZMOVY. Ouch, yeah!